Within this lesson, I wanted to talk about some SEO terms, some more thinking about SEO in terms of things like site design, because ultimately you do want to have a really good site design, and there's going to be several reasons for this. And one of the main determining factors for SEO and how your website is going to rank is the bounce rate. So a good website and a good website design can really help users be less frustrated and better navigate your website. So that includes having a nice menu, a proper layout, and also having and using design patterns. And I'm going to include a link within the resources to the Yahoo developer patterns. And what patterns are is they're typical formats that our users would be expecting within a website. And this also leads to less frustration for the users coming in. It makes your website more navigationable. I'm not sure if that's a word, but easier to navigate, and overall leads to less frustration. And that frustration affects the bounce rate. So bounce rate is definitely one of the most determining factors, and it's something that Google can use in order to determine how much time users are typically spending on your website, how engaging your content is, and actually how much the content is relevant to their search term. Because again, going back to those original points where when somebody is going over to Google, they're entering a search term and they want to be able to, so if I'm entering in a search term and I want to look for WordPress themes, I'm expecting that these top results are going to be WordPress themes. So if I'm a user, I'm coming in, I've typed in WordPress themes, and even though if I click the first result here and I go over to the page and I see it's not actually WordPress themes, it's something else, someone trying to sell me something or something completely different. If it's Drupal themes, it's not WordPress themes, I'm not going to be happy with the results. It's not going to be what I'm looking for, and I'm going to quickly leave the website. So this is all comes down to your website content, and having a proper website design. And this is going to be very important for SEO, because the lower your bounce rate, more time people are spending on your website, the better it is for your search engine ranking. And this is going to be one of the main things that Google can track. So if somebody searches a term, they go to this website, if it's within Google Chrome or if the user is using any one of the other Google products, they can actually track and see how long somebody stays on the website. It's not only just that someone clicks the page, they go to the site, and then they hit the back button. It means that it wasn't relevant. And you do only have those crucial 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds for a user to determine if your website is actually what they're looking for before they actually leave the website. So there's a lot of ways that this gets tracked, and this is a very important factor. And this comes into play in a lot of SEO. So start thinking about keeping visitors, engaging visitors, and making sure that those visitors are satisfied with the content, that they can see the content, they can find it properly, and that they're ready to go to continue within your website as you bring them through and satisfy what they were looking for initially within their search results. And all of this is going to play out a lot better. So there's also, Google can track if somebody types in a term here and which one they click, and if someone goes to this website, only spends 1 minute on it, and then someone hits the back button and then goes to this one and maybe spends an hour on the website, then Google is going to take that cue and understand that, well, for WordPress themes, that user obviously thought that this was a much more relevant website than this one, and they're going to rank it accordingly. And if you have 1,000 people that repeat the process the same way and everybody spends way more time on this website is actually going to begin to rise over this one for that search term. And I'm just showing you an analytics page. So this is from one of my YouTube channels, and it has a really high bounce rate. And we can see here that this is also indicated here about how much time people are spending on, the average duration. So this particular website, the content is really poor and it's never going to rank really well because of the fact that the bounce rate is so high. I've got people that are bouncing off of the website, and we can see here this is the definition. So bounce rate is a percentage of a single page visit, visits in which the person left your site from the entrance page without interacting with the page. So we want to try to bring this down, and you're going to see once this is brought down, our average length is going to go up, and this is overall it's going to improve our search ranking. So we're going to get into analytics and how to use analytics to really find those weak points and areas that need to be improved later on within this course. But for now, we just want to illustrate the purpose of thinking about bounce rate and how important bounce rate is to the overall performance of your website, and and just different things that you can do and start thinking about when you're doing your website design in order to reduce and increase that time on site and reduce that bounce rate, and that will overall provide better performance within search ranking.